man, I'm not a big fan of corporate like environments. I hate them. I grew up in them, and saw a bunch of messed up shit. So I just talked about it for years, and it worked. And I just kept talking, and I still kind of do that as well. I do that like twice a week, but I just talk to people on podcasts, and that's what I like to do. I like to hear people's stories and see what they're going through in life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe get nudes in the DMs later.
Yeah, what's the weirdest shit you saw at GameStop?
Oh my dude, I had a guy who was like 40 years old. Now he's a grown ass adult, pays taxes and shit maybe. And he comes into my store, and he comes up to the register, and he's like, "Hey dude, I got to use the bathroom. Like, do you have a bathroom?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't have a public one because our bathroom was locked and it had like a bunch of Xboxes and shit in it because, Alabama. And that's where our systems." And this dude like was like, "Okay, cool." And he like goes into the corner like without like out of camera shot, and I wasn't paying attention, and he just drops like the biggest shit in the world in the corner of the store and then leaves. Now, what's even wilder is his wife runs in, and she's like, "I'm so sorry." And she grabs it with her bare hands, and runs out. And there's still a lot left over, but she got a lot of it.
These people can vote, right?
Yeah, dude, that's the bad thing. Repeal the law immediately.
They can have children.
Yeah.
They can vote.
They can shit in your store.
They can shit in your store.
Oh my God.
Wife comes in and picks it up with their hands.
Yeah. Now, I mean, that's like the one thing. I had people threatening me with shotguns and shit all the time. That happened a lot. We got robbed a lot by gunpoint. And then what
would they take? Just like grab some systems, or
they would just take like open the register. And of course, my dumb ass is like, "Of course." I just opened that bitch. I ain't done.
Yeah, no, that's smart. You're not a dumbass for doing that. Okay.
Yeah, dude, I'm like done. I'm like, "Yeah, you can have it, man." And I try to joke around with them and shit. Like I would be like really laid back and shit. Like I'm like, "Oh, dude," I'm like, "Oh, you guys are back again." When they
you're like, "Hey, I'm sorry I gave you $2 for a $60 game. My bad."
I'm sorry, dude. Do you know how many people buy NCAA in this area? It's all of you asses, okay? So that's why it's worthless. Come on. Jesus, no, those NCAA releases though are wild. Like they were scary as shit.
Yeah, no, I've seen that before. I've had to like when I was a cop, I had to work security for releases like that at GameStop. And then when new Air Jordans would come out, I would have to work security at Foot Locker. So it's weird.
Yeah, see, we never had security, and I don't know if it's because of Gats in Alabama, but like we would request it every time we got robbed.
Yeah,
and they would be like, "It's not in our budget," and I'm like, "So I have to die before like something changes, right? Is this how this works?" That's what it felt like, to be honest. It felt like I had to get shot in the face before they'd ever do anything about it, which is fine. All right, I don't have to pay my mortgage anymore if that happens anyway. So it's like a win-win.
Yeah, know? I mean, you don't remember before you were born,
No.
So.
No,
all my problems are solved.
Now that I think about it, there was no anxiety or stress at all before I was born. I kind of would like to return to that prior state.